What does Aiden O'Connell's injury mean for the Raiders' future? Raider Nation, we've got some big news regarding our starting QB, and it could shake up the entire season. After being named the starter, O'Connell was just beginning to find his rhythm, but a tough hit during Sunday's game against the Los Angeles Rams may have sidelined him for a while. We're talking about a potential season-changing injury, and it couldn't come at a more critical moment for the Silver and Black. Stay with me as we break down exactly what happened, how it impacts the team, and what could be next for the Raiders in this pivotal moment of the season. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on Raiders news, Raiders Today, and everything happening with the Silver and Black. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on what this means for the team. What does the future hold for the Raiders without their newly appointed starting quarterback? It's the question on everyone's mind after Las Vegas Raiders quarterback Aiden O'Connell suffered a significant hand injury in Sunday's clash against the Los Angeles Rams. As Raider Nation holds its breath, the Silver and Black must prepare for what could be a lengthy absence for O'Connell. For those who may not have caught the game, O'Connell's injury occurred during a routine play that turned into a potential season-defining moment. He was just getting comfortable as the starting QB after a tumultuous season opener. Unfortunately, as a defender collided with his throwing hand, it was clear something was wrong. O'Connell left the field and did not return. In today's report, we'll take a closer look at the details of the injury, what it means for the Raiders moving forward, and how this might impact their entire season. We'll break down the latest Raiders news, dive into possible replacements, and analyze how this team can stay afloat during these challenging times. In the first half of Sunday's game at SoFi Stadium, O'Connell was in the middle of a pass attempt when disaster struck. His right hand, crucial for his game, was hit hard by a defender. The hit didn't seem too concerning at first, but when O'Connell didn't return to the field, fans began to worry. Reports started to surface quickly, and it wasn't long before NFL insider Ian Rapoport provided an update that hit Raider Nation hard. Initial tests showed a broken thumb on O'Connell's throwing hand, an injury that typically requires weeks, if not months, to recover from. The news sent shockwaves through the Raiders community, as O'Connell had just been promoted to starter in Week 6. The injury not only affects O'Connell's ability to grip and throw the ball, but also his leadership role on a team that desperately needs stability in that position. The Raiders, having already faced several setbacks this season, were relying on O'Connell to help turn things around. Before his injury, Aiden O'Connell had been finding his rhythm after being named the starter. Raider Nation had high hopes for the young quarterback. O'Connell showed promise, going 27 of 40 for 227 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in the previous week's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was building momentum, and the team believed in his potential to lead them forward. Now, with the news of his broken thumb, that progress has come to a sudden halt. A thumb injury for a quarterback can be particularly devastating, as it impacts everything from throwing accuracy to ball security. O'Connell's recovery will take time, and even after he returns, there's no guarantee that he will immediately regain the form he was starting to build. This injury throws the Raiders' entire season into question. With O'Connell sidelined, the Raiders will once again need to adjust their plans at the quarterback position, something they had hoped to avoid after the early struggles of Gardner Minshew. Raider Nation is left wondering, can this team survive without O'Connell leading the charge? When O'Connell went down, the Raiders turned to Gardner Minshew, a quarterback who had already faced his own challenges earlier in the season. Minshew had been the starter at the beginning of the year, but was benched after some lackluster performances, leaving the door open for O'Connell to step in. Now, with O'Connell out, Minshew finds himself back in the spotlight. The big question, is he ready to take control of the team once again? While he has NFL experience and the ability to make plays, Minshew will need to prove that he can handle the pressure and lead the Raiders through this tough stretch of the season. Raider Nation has seen Minshew perform in flashes, but consistency has always been his biggest challenge. If he can harness his skill set and play to his potential, the Raiders might still have a fighting chance. But the pressure is on, and every game will count moving forward. This season has been a roller coaster for the Raiders, with injuries, tough losses, and unexpected challenges. O'Connell's injury only adds another hurdle to their already complicated path. With key players sidelined and a struggling offense, the team's playoff hopes are hanging by a thread. Before the season began, Raider Nation was filled with optimism. But now, with their starting quarterback potentially out for an extended period, the outlook is much murkier. Can the Raiders regroup and find a way to make a playoff push? It will take resilience and determination, but it's not impossible. For the Silver and Black, the next few weeks will be critical. The team will need to come together, support Minshew or any other quarterback they may bring in, and make a statement. The road to the playoffs is still open, but it's a narrow path that requires focus and execution. The Raiders' coaching staff will need to act quickly to address the quarterback situation. With O'Connell likely out and Minshew stepping in, there are questions about whether the team will look to bring in another quarterback for added depth. Could we see a trade? The trade deadline is fast approaching, and it's possible the Raiders could explore their options. While a mid-season trade is rare, especially for a quarterback, desperate times may call for desperate measures. Raider Nation will be watching closely to see if any moves are made. Beyond that, the team will need to adjust its game plan to account for Minshew's style of play. He's a different quarterback than O'Connell, and the offensive strategy will need to adapt accordingly. It's a challenging situation, but with the right adjustments, the Raiders can still fight for their goals this season. So, Raider Nation, what do you think? How will the team fare without Aiden O'Connell at the helm? Do you believe Gardner Minshew can lead the Silver and Black back to winning ways? Or should the Raiders explore other options? This season has been full of surprises, but one thing is certain, it's far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if you think the Raiders can overcome this latest setback. Smash that like button if you're still rooting for the Silver and Black, no matter what. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest Raiders news and updates. We'll keep you informed on everything Raiders today, including the latest on O'Connell's recovery and what's next for the team. Stay strong, Raider Nation. We're in this together.